This is the male. Hey, Sean. Let's see what's going on with the sound there. We have lost. Have we lost the sound? I don't know. Sean, have we lost the sound of the chat, sir? Good sir, have we lost the sound of the chat? You see the deer outside, buddy? I don't hear the chat read back either. So let's see if it's maybe been switched off. Let's turn it off. And now we'll switch it back on again. We'll pick a new voice. God, look at all these voices they have now. Oh, wow, English. Tanzania. Okay. Tanzanian. We'll see what that sounds like. Aussie accent. I went Tanzanian. We'll see if it works. I can barely hear Nick.
Yeah, I have my microphone hooked up.
Okay. What's up, buddy?
Experimenting with my son's little mini bike, trying to get it right.
Wow, Chris Legion actually saw a tweet that I tweeted at him. It's a freaking miracle. Rugatti, what's up, buddy? Rugatti. You guys see the deer out here? See that? I thought you guys might appreciate that. Everything's great. Oh, yeah. Have you seen any snakes down there this year? I've seen one dead snake and one live snake. The dead snake was just a water snake, a banded water snake that a bird had killed, a little tiny baby one. They killed it and then decided not to eat it. And then look at this deer, man, isn't this great? And then the other one was a 3-foot long coral snake, bro. Poisonous as they come. As poisonous as a cobra. Right in my backyard, right where those deer are standing. Well, not right where those deer are standing, but the same backyard those deer are in. Pretty crazy.
Pretty snakes.
What?
They're pretty.
Oh, they are pretty. They are some of the prettiest snakes. It almost looks like somebody made that, like painted it.
Yeah.
Such a pretty snake. And I took pictures of it and left it alone because I love all snakes. But I love all animals. What can I say? I got some of that orange bud. Still not hearing the chat read back. Okay, let's change the fuck. Let's refresh the chat. Infect people with COVID. That's crazy, Sean. Okay, cool. You guys enjoying watching the wildlife behind us as we smoke? Pretty cool, huh? I think that's a cool addition to the show, personally.
Hell yeah.
Aaron Hyde, what's up? Still not talking, is it? Okay, let's move over to another browser. Okay, let's. Someone want to test out the chat for me?
Aaron Hyde. Test.
There it is. Let's turn that volume down now.
Sean aka Trendy Orga. So in the morning I have to go talk to the housing director about what happened and I have CCTV footage to back me up, plus the resident staff here knows what happened. He called the cops. She denied it. Aaron Hyde. Wow, they're closed tonight.
Oh yeah, it's the boy and girl. They always come out here and hang out. Oh, the motion sensor lights went off. The deer triggered the motion sensor light. Oh, I freaking love it. You see the motion sensor light, guys? Out here, see that lighting up the deer. Mom, that motion sensor light's working on the deer. The deer triggered the motion sensor on the light.
Oh, excellent.
Look, you see?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Aaron Hyde. Is the buck still in?
That's
full
why
velvet?
it's out there.
Excellent.
That is exactly why it's out there, man. Is the buck still in full
Sean
velvet?
aka Trendy Orga. Deer and beer, great combo.
No, it doesn't look like full velvet. It looks like it's scratching off a little bit. Deer and bear, great combo. Let's smoke, shall we? No law regarding cannabis. Everybody, cheers. I like to say, this is how it would go. So, live from the Madison Square. You guys are sick of my shtick. I know. I can see it. It's a Sunday night, man. There should be 600 people here partying, hanging out. Did notifications go out? You guys got notified, right? What did I say in my title? Did I say bad stuff in my title?
Sean aka Trendy Orga.
I can't remember the title.
Cheers, homie. Aaron Hyde. Up here, North PA, they're almost full size, but still full velvet. They're as beautiful as they get right now this time of year.
Yeah, they are.
Sean aka Trendy Orga. Yup. Paul H. Yep, Tangerine Dream here.
They're big. They definitely get big, and I think this female's pregnant right here. There's a bat. I just saw a bat flying overhead. That was kind of cool. All right, cheers, guys. Orange bud. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis. We'll call it 710. I don't have coffee. That's lame AF. Psst. I wish I had some coffee. Help me with my show.
Aaronide. Their mating season starts around October to November up north, and down south they typically mate in January, February. That girl is probably just thick.
Yeah, right. Well, she's got some weight on her, buddy. That's for sure. Healthy. Mail's over here now.
Aaronide. Eating all her beautiful green grass, keeping her thick for the guys, ha ha ha.
Should we smoke some more, guys? Oh, tonight was that show about anti-Semitism on CNN. I think it's at 9 o'clock. CNN special report.
Patrick John Welder.
Anti-Semitism.
Got to watch some good fights last night. I think MMA is better than any team
Anti-Semitism in
sport.
America.
Call H. Going to watch show quietly. NAAP is palliative care now.
Essentially, there's still, a lot
Okay,
of time
so it's
until
not on
November.
yet. It starts
But
at
I think
9,
they'd
I
rather
believe.
talk about what they've done instead of focus on the individual, knowing that creates the lane for Republicans to come in on the attack.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch. The president's travel schedule
Brad
in
Drive.
this moment in time,
Anti-Semites.
Labor Day,
That's
tells
people
a lot
against
about what's
truckers.
about to happen. And he's about to hit the road.
Anti-Semites. That's fucking funny.
Oh, we'll see where he actually goes. Eve McKen, Tim Mitchell. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Patrick John Welder.
All right,
They have the new show House of Dragon out
tonight.
tonight. It's the prequel to Game of Thrones on HBO.
Being filed against actor Gary Busey on a movie convention in New Jersey. Plus, CNN.
Whoa, Gary Busey's eye is all fucked up.
Who see new hope in persuading states to tighten
Gary
restrictions
Busey
on
looks like a
abortion.
mess. What happened to his face?
More than half of all religiously motivated hate crimes right now. Tonight, in a CNN special report, we get a first-hand look at some of the
Gary Busey looks like two people stitched together
in the Jewish community.
right here. Dude, I did just see that.
Patrick John Welder. Methlol.
Right? So more than 14 million people were under flood watches today.
Fried Drive. Gary Busey had a motorcycle wreck in the 90s, died, and was brought back to life. Now he's extra fucked but funny as hell.
He came back from the dead, even funnier.
Fried Drive. He wasn't wearing a helmet, so, yeah, you get what you give.
Yeah, the saddest thing about all of that, though, is the toll that it takes on our medical system when these people choose to not protect themselves. And then, if they don't have insurance or whatever, it costs us as a community, dearly. So people, they think that I don't need to wear a motorcycle. It's about my personal freedom. I'll wear a motorcycle helmet. Well, it's not about your personal
Big
freedom.
Merc
It's about
83.
you not fucking
Sub Trendies.
stressing the system because you're an idiot, Oh, okay. So, did I say we're going to smoke again? What are we doing? What do you guys want to talk about? Anything? I'm just looking at stupid shit on the internet right now. There's nothing we're talking about here.
Rugatti 1220. Is it hot there in Florida?
It's hot. Yeah, it's hot. You know, you get used to it somewhat. Like the other day I walked outside and I was like, whoa. But then I just took my shirt off, you know, and I walked out there and I had to do some work outside. And I realized like 5 minutes later, I was like, yeah, you know, you get used to it. It's shocking to your face. You know, it is shocking. And tonight the mosquitoes were stupid. I took the dog out and I was just getting bit and shit. It was pissing me off. I see I have a mosquito bite right here now. Had another one under my leg. Unreal. Oh yeah, there was a stupid video on, I don't know who the guy was who put it out. James Melville. He's got 313,000 followers. 314,000 followers on Twitter, right? He says, as a commentator pundit, the Speakeasy FM, right? He puts out a fucking video that shows this massive tire fire burning in what he claims is Kuwait. And I'm looking at the video, and I watched the video, and it just didn't look real to me. I'm like, that looks fake. It doesn't even look CGI. It just looks like a really poor rendering. And there was something wrong with it. I didn't know what it was. But as I saw the tires, and the flame almost looked like it wasn't part of the fire. The flame didn't look like it was part of the tires. It looked like two different things. And I noticed that the smoke was kind of like blotchy and the tires were perfectly clear. See, this is looping now. You'll notice the smoke like goes through these weird fades, and the tires don't do anything. Look, the tires don't do anything, but the smoke is... So I was like, there's something going on with that. I went through the comments and somebody showed a picture and they're like, look, this section of tires is just like that section of tires. So I was like, oh, really? So then I went through the video and I paused it in a bunch of different places, and the whole video is riddled with that. It's all a bullshit video.
CG smoke.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Listen to the music. So, whoever made that video is a total asshole. Let me show you something right here. Look. See my mouse pointer? You see this section of tires right here? Does it look strangely familiar to this section of tires right here? Does this section of space right here strangely resemble this section of space right here? And do these big blotches right here strangely resemble these big blotches right here? Huh. It's all just copy and paste. Does this right here resemble this? Does this space right here like perfectly resemble this because it's the exact same thing, just a little bit smaller?
It's called cloning in CG.
Right? It's rubber stamping. They got the little clone button, little rubber stamp. You just grab a section and just blotch it around, then you try to smear it up. You try to make it look, non-repetitive. And what you end up getting is something that people are looking at and saying, yeah, I'm not buying that really. But when you really pause it and you start taking notes, you start circling shit and you realize, oh man, this whole thing is bullshit. So I put up a nice rebuttal to that. I showed in Twitter, I showed my response was just some pictures. It's not coming up for some reason. Freaking doctored video. I mean, things are bad enough, and people that sit here and make shit like that aren't helping anything. Because then when people like me debunk that shit, morons out there are like, oh, well, there's no climate crisis. It's all bullshit. That's a problem.
Fried Drive.
These
I did
fuckers
that
need
in
to
the
stop.
90s with my money.
They need
I
to
wanted
stop trying to
F1
stretch
wrapped
the
in
truth and
100.
shit. I'd love to find whoever doctored that video and put that shit out on the internet. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. They didn't break a law or anything, because you can't do it. But I'd certainly like for them to have to answer to that, you know. Cheers.
Samson Shryack. How much herb do you blaze a day, buddy? JW. Paul H. Cheers. Fried Drive. It's just official. Mainstream news is now 100% theater.
Wow. Oh, well, this needs to be shared and seen around. Wow. Arkansas Police Department. So, it's a video. I'm not even going to show it on my live stream. It's a video of 3 police officers holding down a suspect and just beating him, kneeing him, and punching him in his face. And if you guys want to see that, Truthier News just retweeted it. But I'm not going to show that garbage on my live stream.
Fried Drive. Did you know CG fire was invented by bears trying to hide from napalm?
No, I did not, but I do now. He's at the door again.
Dave Sea Fishing. Just let my dog out. Fried Drive. How is this spaghetti? Cigarette juice. Nays Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden at Nays Garden Show, Truthier News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter. Samson Shryack. Takeout. Fried Drive. Was your fucking spaghetti good? Paul H. How's Rogan doing, Nate? My twin dogs has settled in great.
No, it wasn't. If you really want to know.
Trendy Nick. Ba chicka bow wow wow.
Off on relationship with your mom. Somebody said awesome in their profile. Oh my god, dude. I love it. I love Pablo Polo Pipes. Dude, I wonder if this guy could come to my live show right now. I'm going to try to tweet at him. Let's see. Let's tweet at him. Right? 5 minutes ago. 12 minutes ago. Okay. Okay. Tremundi. Okay, there we go. Gotta get this Pablo Polo Pipes guy into the live stream chat at least. He's freaking great. He says for a website, he says fuckyou.com, dude. I love this guy. Oh my god. Pablo Polo Pipes. My new best friend on the internet. Scott. Thank you, Scott, for following
Fried
me.
Drive. I hate other people's cooking 8 times out of 10.
8 times out of 10? Well,
Pablo who?
Pablo Polo Pipes. All one word. Like Marco Polo. Pablo Polo Pipes. Can you please provide the link because I'm not finding it? What? What the hell? What do you mean, dude? It's in the original tweet. That's so weird. He responded to a tweet. It's a look ahead to Florida's primary, youtube.com. There's the video right there.
The governor signed this law, this anti-abortion law. That's a 15-week law, but
I just don't understand why he doesn't see that.
Interestingly, it doesn't include any.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring this up on the show. I didn't want to even bring it up because I didn't want to bring anybody down. You know. Nick, we can hear you breathing into your microphone.
Me moving it up and down probably. Better just back down.
I'm going to hear you breathing out a bong hit here in a second, hopefully.
Paul H. Put it this way, what you said, nay.
Okay, so I didn't want to bring this up on the live stream because I didn't want to depress you guys. Or, you know, because I know you guys might not be that worried about who the next president of the United States is going to be. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. This is more about women's rights, though, you know, and just, you know, listen to the former governor of the state of Florida. Listen to what he says.
Is 7 pieces of pizza too much?
Yes. All right, so listen to this. It's very quick.
Interestingly, it doesn't include any exceptions for rape or incest.
Okay, there you go. It doesn't include any exceptions for rape or incest. That's Florida's 14-week abortion law.
Cheers, nay.
That was just signed into law by Ron DeSantis. It doesn't include any exceptions for rape or incest. How does my chat feel about that? Is that the person you want to be president of the United States, Ron DeSantis? Let me hear from you in my chat right now. You think that guy would be a good leader, president? I mean, I know I've asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you. We're going to talk about this until this guy gets taken out.
Dave
you know?
C. Fishing. I think fuck Ron DeSantis.
Thank you, Dave. Can't be any fishing. You win the bong hit.
Ron
Cheers.
DeSantis.
Nick, you too. Ron DeSantis, yes. Cheers to both of you guys. Cheers.
James McGill. No. Fried Drive. That's not the only bullshit DeSantis has caused. He's American Kim Jong-un.
Thank you, Billy. I agree. Thank you, James. Listen to him say it again. All right?
It's a 15-week law, but interestingly, it doesn't include any exceptions for rape or incest. It is truly barbaric and doesn't respect a woman's right to choose, which is just hard to believe. I mean, this is 2022, right? And it feels like it's 1952 under DeSantis. Florida deserves better. We deserve a governor with a heart.
No exceptions for rape or incest. Florida's 14-week abortion law, signed into law by Ron DeSantis, with Donald Trump's blessing. No exceptions for rape and incest. This is who you support, you fucking Republican cunt motherfuckers. These are your leaders, you dumb cunt motherfuckers. I just want you to know that. Just so you know. I whispered it so your kids couldn't hear what a fucking stupid cunt you are. All right? But I just want you to know that I know. I know what you're about. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers. Oh, it's 3-year-olds. Oh, it's 3-year-olds. Not anymore. You're not just going after the gender of 3-year-olds, you know, or third graders, or whatever the fuck that shit is. Now you're taking away someone's insurance, their health insurance, to get, you know, medical procedures done based on gender. Turned out to be more than just silencing kids in
Fried
schools,
drive.
didn't it?
Has he been accused of rape? Sounds like sanctions a rapist would write.
No, he's never been accused of rape. No, not like Donald Trump has, though. Donald Trump has been accused of groping and raping. Donald Trump has openly admitted to groping. You know, and then when people called him on, he goes, it's locker room talk. He didn't say I didn't do it. He just says it's locker room talk. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything, Donald. That doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter where the words were said, you know? It's like if I murdered you in a locker room, I could just be like, well, that's just locker room stuff. You know, stuff. I murdered you in a locker room, but oh, it's just locker room stuff. It's the same argument, Donald. It doesn't make any sense. And your followers buy it. They take it right down their throats like your tiny little orange dick. I hope I'm whispering enough for that. You know, I don't want to be offensive loud, so I'm going to do it quiet. Is that okay? Is that cool? I'm glad I've engaged 4 of you on this topic. It's cool. I'm just here to
James
chill,
McGill.
actually.
I thought he said grab them by the pussy.
Yeah, but then he says that's locker room talk. But then I say that doesn't mean
Fried
anything.
drive.
It doesn't matter where you
He's a
say
raper.
it.
What kind of tape
I
does he
mean,
use?
you're just
Rape,
admitting that you
rape
said
tape.
what you fucking said. And oh, by the way, you weren't in a locker room. You're on a fucking bus. You know? You weren't in a locker room. You were getting interviewed by a dude. So, you know, I would hold him accountable for all the bullshit he says. Wherever he claims it is, he says it. Let's watch this. This will be fun.
Welcome
Jake
back to State of the
Snake.
Union. I'm Jake
Thumbs
Tapper.
up, like.
As we wait for
Jake
more
Snake, thank you so
information on the
much.
FBI's
Hey, looks like I'm on CNN. That was funny.
lawmakers are
Hey, put me in there.
largely
Hey, look who's on CNN. It was me. Let's go back to that.
James
And joining us now to
McGill.
discuss is-
Cheers, everyone.
Welcome back.
Hey, everybody. CNN here. Jake Tapper here. We've got Trendy Nay on with us today. Trendy Nay's going to, we've got Trendy Nay. He's going to tune in. And Trendy Nay is here, everybody. It's Trendy Nay.
Dave C. Fishing.
And joining us now
Ha,
to
ha, ha,
discuss
breaking
is Texas
news.
Joining us now, it's Nay. It's Trendy Nay from Nay's Garden.
Thanks so much for being here. Really
Thank you for being here, Nay.
It's a slow news week. I don't know.
Thank you, Nay. Thank you. Yes,
So
thank you for
there's a
having
lot
me.
to get to.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
let's
Yes,
start
thank
with
you.
The fact that you're a former Navy SEAL. You
Fried
have
drive.
depended on the
Thank you for
intelligence
visiting
community
DeSantis
in very
land.
real, tangible
You may
ways to
return your
protect
rape
your
kids
life
at the
and that of
border.
your
Careful in
brothers.
Libby land. Come
As
back
someone who
soon.
understands just how precious intelligence can be, I'm wondering if it bothers you that there was
Fried
apparently
Is he a
classified
pirate?
information in an unsecure location at Mar-a-Lago. We know the one box
No
was
BS tutorials
labeled
101.
TS-SCI, that's top
OCNN,
secret,
screw that I'm
sensitive,
out, peace.
compartmented
Bye.
information.
Yeah. Well, look, you know me, Jake, and I'm not one to withhold criticism and even make my own side mad. I want to get to the truth. But I will be honest with you here. This
Republican
it's
Texas,
hard to
Dan
justify
Crenshaw.
what the Department of Justice did here.
The dude left my show because we're watching this on CNN, and it's fucking Republican Dan Crenshaw, and they're letting him say whatever he wants to say. They're giving him an open platform, and this douchebag's like he can't watch because it's fucking produced by CNN. That's hilarious. Huh. You seem a little fucking butthurt. You seem like a little fucking pussy to me. You seem like a fucking pussy. You get to listen to what this guy has to say. It's Republican. All right? So, you know, who
Fried
cares?
drive.
Who cares
I wonder how much treasure
where
the guy
the
carried.
goddamn camera's set
Deep
up
sea
at,
fishing.
you know?
It's not a
That is
question
hilarious.
I want to hear what this
Wow.
motherfucker has to say about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it's going to be funny.
That's a non-secret compartmentalized infrastructure there. That's wrong. But there's ways to mitigate that. There's ways to resolve that issue.
No law regarding
And
cannabis.
I still haven't seen any evidence.
Cheers,
that he was
everybody.
even
Quarter of
asked,
the
that
hour.
Trump was even asked to give these documents back. He's been cooperating with them on these issues for a while now, for months. And so why take it to this extreme extent? And I think that's why you're seeing so much backlash from Republicans. You're seeing everyone coalesce. It doesn't matter what side of the issue they're on with Trump. You've seen a lot coalesce around this one because it does seem unjust, and there does seem to be a long history of loss of credibility at the Department of Justice at the hands of Democrats, and I think people are rightfully frustrated about that.
I think first of all, I think there are a lot of Hillary Clinton folks who would argue that, they don't think that they were treated well by the FBI.
Absolutely. So it just gets to the point, though.
So, but what I'll say is, and look, you're right, there's a lot we don't know. So I can't defend anything, but I will say, it did go to a magistrate judge. The FBI director signed off on it. He was appointed by Trump. There was concern, according to the documents that have been released, about whether or not information would be destroyed. So, look, a healthy skepticism about law enforcement and FBI raids is always fine and welcome as far as I'm concerned. But aren't law enforcement...
You guys, isn't it funny?
Paul H. 6 when walking the dogs.
Days ago when this news first broke, one of the first things I did was I believe I was on the live show when I did it. I wanted to see who the director of the FBI was, and so I looked it up. I Googled that shit, and it was like, yeah, he's a Republican appointed by Trump. So I came directly on my show as soon as I looked that up myself and found it. And I brought it to y'all's attention. I said, dude, the head of the fucking FBI, the director, he was appointed by Trump, and he's a fucking Republican.
Drive. I bet Amber Heard is in that guy's DMs.
I remember I looked him up on Wikipedia. I looked up who the guy was, and it says Republican. I even took a screenshot of it that day on Wikipedia. I remember this. Look at this. Look, there it is. Do you guys remember this? Do you remember that? The day I did that? There's the picture right there. So I went and I looked it up, right? You know what's interesting about all that? You know what's great about all that? Everybody's talking about that now, making a big deal about the point that it was the director was appointed by Donald Trump and that he is a Republican. Everyone brings up that point, but I'm the first one to fucking bring it up. Isn't that great? Now they all just parrot me.
Isn't law enforcement innocent until proven guilty as well?
Yeah, again, people signing off on it doesn't mean that it has precedent. It doesn't. This is a very unprecedented measure, and you know that when you're going after an ex-president who may run again, that this is automatically political. You cannot separate the legal aspects of this from the political aspects of it. You can't.
Yeah, but let's just remember that Donald Trump forced this. He forced the hand of the FBI. He had some paperwork he should have returned. They've been asking for over a year. They subpoenaed that paperwork, and he still didn't return it. His lawyer lied about the fact that he had it. So they went in there and they took it anyway, eventually. This is really not as political as this guy would like to say it is. Donald Trump could have avoided all of this if he had just given it back.
Might as well have Vermin Supreme in this shit.
Donald Trump could have avoided all of this if he had just given the paperwork back when he was asked to return it. There wouldn't have been a big deal. He turned it into the big deal that it is. And anybody that feeds into this and supports Donald Trump, you guys are being played like puppets.
And it doesn't seem to me like they've acted responsibly as a result of that. And look, again, why not just ask him? Why not just ask him?
Didn't they? I thought they'd been negotiating and trying to get the information from him, and
he cooperated.
But he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and I think he's on the record saying, whatever you need from us, just ask. It's great to see you guys.
Dude, it's like, so you're slapping someone in their face and you're saying, I'm not slapping you. I'm not slapping you. Just because that lying son of a bitch said that doesn't make it true, dude. Do you hear the hypocrisy between what just the facts
James McGill,
and what this guy, this moron, is saying? Do you hear the hypocrisy between the question and the answer? Let's go back. This is pretty interesting, man. I want you guys to just get the full hypocrisy of this moron right here.
From him, and
he cooperated.
But he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material, as far as the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
No. Cooperating would have been him turning over the paperwork that he just asked you about. So he hasn't been cooperating. And now he's going to go on to say this.
And I think he's on the record saying, whatever you need from us, just ask. It's great. I think he's on the record saying, whatever you need from us, just ask. I think he's on the record saying, whatever you need from us, just ask. It's cooperated.
But he didn't turn over boxes and boxes of material as boxes and boxes of material as boxes and boxes of material as boxes and boxes of material as.
There's your video right there. There it is. I edit them live. Take that clip. I mean, you have him saying he didn't cooperate here, and then you have this guy saying that he,
Far the Justice Department says.
But he's been cooperating, and
saying that he cooperated.
And I think he's on the record saying, whatever you need from us, just ask. It's great.
They subpoenaed it, bro. They fucking have been asking for a year, you motherfucker. It's like, this is the one guy, I'm not going to make any one-eyed jokes here, dude. I'm just going to say this is the one guy on the whole planet who doesn't seem to know what went on between Donald Trump and the United States federal government, and the FBI. He just seems to be completely out of the loop as to what exactly transpired there. He seems to think that Donald Trump was cooperating. Everybody knows Donald Trump was not cooperating.
Great to see you guys. I mean, it was a very friendly environment.
His lawyers.
It was a very friendly environment while he was holding on to these papers. It was very friendly while he kept all this stuff in a locked room in Florida. Yeah.
They didn't have any more classified information, and the Justice Department said, yes, you do. And they went
took the shit to Florida. And how was it transported there? What kind of chain of custody occurred between freaking Washington and Florida? I'm kind of curious. How those boxes arrive? Who had access to those boxes, man?
The only reason we know about the raid was because Donald Trump announced it.
Right. Well, I think we would have figured it out. Even
Fried Drive.
But look, yes,
I bet Trump bitches about his order at Chick-fil-A.
Now, that's either a huge mistake on part of the lawyers, but even if it was nefarious, again, why not say, hey, we don't believe you. Now let us come back and let's go through these boxes again. There's tons of boxes here. I mean, do any of us really believe that Donald Trump is like reading his nuclear secrets on his bedside at night? Like, there's an intent.
Yeah, I totally could see him doing that because he's a fucking weirdo.
Question here. And if you're going to use the Espionage Act, and if you're going to pursue this criminal investigation, you have to prove intent. And that doesn't seem likely in this case, right? Especially when this person has been cooperating extensively in a very friendly manner. And so that's why a lot of us jump to the conclusion operating extensively. Person has been cooperating extensively. Person has been cooperating extensively.
One more.
Person has been cooperating extensively in a very friendly manner. And so that's why a lot of us jump to the conclusion that this was highly politicized, because it was.
So Jake Tapper, I'd break in and say, like, cooperating would be giving the paperwork back. He has not been cooperating. Why do you keep saying that he's been cooperating? You're lying. You lose. Move on to the next point. He's not cooperating. He hasn't cooperated.
So unnecessary to do an armed raid to resolve this particular issue that could have been resolved very easily otherwise.
I think a lot of Justice Department people would take issue with your descriptions, but I'm not here to defend the Justice Department. I do want to.
The difference. The difference between Donald Trump and Dr. Evil. I don't think Dr. Evil actually ever killed anybody.
Fairly measured. I can't say the same about every Republican in Congress, and you've been willing to criticize them, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Fried Drive.
Your favorites.
He has taken the Pirates Code, though, so he can't tell the truth.
Federal prosecutors have since charged a Pennsylvania man
Nays Garden.
after he wrote on social media.
Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden at Nays Garden Show. Truthier News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter. Fried Drive. Clearly a pirate.
No, Dr. Evil did kill some people, I think. Now I'm thinking about it. I think Dr. Evil did kill some people. My bad. He killed some people. You guys, in the chat, tell me all the times that Dr. Evil killed somebody. Go.
Attorney General Merrick Garland should probably be executed. I mean, that rhetoric, I'm sure, bothers you.
Oh, yeah. it's crazy, and it makes us seem like extremist Democrats, right? And so Marjorie and AOC can go join the defund the law enforcement club if they want. 99% of Republicans are not on that train. What we want is accountability. We want transparency, and the criticisms that we're leveling against the FBI. And
She
DOJ
wants to
are
execute
fully
Merrick
warranted.
Garland. Can we hear that one more
Right,
time?
Not those criticisms
Dr.
that
Evil
lead to a
made one
crazy
person. I know that.
attacking
Mini-me.
the FBI.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about people who are like saying kill FBI.
He made one
No, it's
person.
completely wrong.
If you work for the FBI, you deserve to die. Obviously, that armed man tried to charge the Pennsylvania man this week after Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of your favorites, who called to defund the
Paul
FBI
H.
after the Mar-a-Lago raid.
Cheers.
Federal prosecutors have since charged the Pennsylvania man this week after he wrote on social media, if you work for the FBI, you deserve to die. Obviously, that armed man tried to enter the FBI office in Ohio. There's a Republican congressional candidate, Carl Palladino, endorsed by Elise Stefanik, who said that Attorney General Merrick Garland should probably be executed. I mean, that rhetoric, I'm sure, bothers you.
No, yeah, it's
Jake
crazy,
Snake.
and it makes us seem like
Cheers.
extremist Democrats, right?
Cheers.
So Marjorie and AOC can go join the defund the law enforcement club if they want. 99% of Republicans are not on that train. What we want is accountability. We want transparency, and the criticisms that we're leveling against the FBI and DOJ are fully warranted. It is not those criticisms that lead to a crazy person, attacking an FBI.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about people who are like saying kill FBI or.
No, it's completely wrong, right? It's completely wrong, but that's not where 99% of Republicans are at, of course. And I'll tell you what frustrates Republicans when you hear that kind of criticism. Last time I checked, you had even the White House spokesperson saying, yes, people should be out protesting in front of Supreme Court justices' homes, even after Brett Kavanaugh had his life threatened by this. And so, there's a double standard that frustrates the Republicans
Paul
quite
H.
a bit when we
Cheers.
talk about these issues. Again, doesn't make it right. I like to be on the side of it's all bad, no matter who's saying it.
Right. Let me ask you another question. It's important for all
Fred
Americans,
Drive.
but especially in
The real
Texas.
issue
The
here is
governor
he won't
of
reveal the
Texas, Greg
location
Abbott,
of
says
Long
Texas is
John
now
Silver's
busing
treasure.
1,000 undocumented migrants from the border in Texas to New York City in the last 2 weeks. There's an immigration researcher at Syracuse who said that Abbott is doing these migrants, these undocumented individuals, a favor and, quote, practically ensuring that these migrants will be allowed to stay in the country because immigration judges in New York tend to be more lenient than immigration judges in Texas. What do you make of this stunt, this move, whatever you want to call it, by Abbott?
Well, look, what he's doing is he's sending a message. There's no secret there, right? This isn't a policy move. This is a move of desperation to get someone to pay attention to what we're dealing with in Texas, which is why I support it.
Let's talk about that.
Where
That's
they have
fucking
more
great.
likelihood of staying in the country. Look, basically everyone who's crossing our border has that same likelihood. There's there's almost.
So the governor over there in Texas is taking illegal immigrants that are coming in, putting them on buses and shipping them off to Washington and New York City and shit, and dropping them off there. Think about that. It's crazy, right? Did you hear what they were talking about? The governor of Texas has now sent about 1,000 migrants to New York
Fred
City
Drive.
in 2
What's
weeks.
the guy's favorite letter? You might think R, but it's actually the C. Trendy Nick. Damn.
Yeah, damn is right.
Dave C. Fishing. Harles.
Harles is a bad little boy. What do you guys think about the governor? This is a hot topic, huh? The governor of Texas has shipped 1,000 migrants via bus to New York City. In 2 weeks. I wonder how much that cost in buses and gas transportation
Trendy
for the
Nick.
people of Texas.
Why did he do it? Dave C. Fishing. Migrants from the border. Weird.
Because he looks at those migrants as a burden on his state. That's how he looks at those people. So he dumps them off in a state that he blames New York for his problems. Dude, if I was the state of New York, I would sue the state of Texas, and this is how it would go. Oh, you want to do that? Cool. Now guess what you're going to do, Texas? Okay, here we go. We're going to take you to federal court, and the state of New York City...
Dave C. Fishing. Migrants proper half the Texas economy.
You're going to love this. Is going to sue the state of Texas for the housing, the welfare, the medical care, the education of, including full college and finishing schools and degrees and all that shit, whatever they want. And the state of Texas is going to pay for all of it. Yeah, we're going to house them here in New York City, and you're going to foot the bill.
To act like the Democrats are welcoming illegals, maybe.
Sue fucking Texas. You know? And they'd probably win in a federal court. And Texas would have to pay for all those people's lives, all of their lives. And it'd have to be health care, and they have kids, pay for their educations and everything. Wouldn't that be great? Cost Texas, billions of dollars probably.
Dave C. Fishing. All the southern border states are red and it's red fault. Trendy Nick. Texas has been crazy lately.
You have these states that are not allowing girls to have abortions, so the girl has to travel from one state to another to go have the abortion in a state where it's legal. Those states should be allowed to sue the state that isn't allowing abortion in their state for the costs of all of that and the maintaining of their abortion clinics, and have to pay for the transportation, everything, all of their medical care, all their medical costs. I'd love to see that court case. That'd be something I'd be interested in, I'm just having ideas here. Just ideas. I don't know. I'd like to see New York sue Texas, and I'd like to see, whichever state that hosts those abortions sue the state that's denying them. To the 10-year-old that was raped, Please.
Trendy Nick. Didn't the states
Fucking
that are banning
monsters.
abortion say it would be illegal to cross state lines for one? Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
All right, you guys. Love y'all. Take care. Hope you had fun. I had fun. I definitely had
Fried
fun.
Drive. The use of bears would fix all this.
See you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye now.